Level 1, the forecast. You are 34, Texas, February 10th, 2021. The pipes in your walls will burst before this is over. You don't know that yet. The weather app shows a snowflake icon at 6:47 in the evening. Small, blue, almost cheerful. You tap it away. You have done this before. Texas has done this before. In 2011, there was ice on the roads for 3 days, and everyone made the same jokes. The state shuts down for 2 inches of snow, and then it was over, and then it was forgotten. You know this not from weather reports, but from the way nobody at work mentioned it on Monday. From the way HEB kept its regular hours. From the thermostat at 68 degrees, the way it always is. The way it always is. The grid that powers Texas is not connected to the national grid. You don't know this. Almost nobody does. It runs alone by design. The way certain things run alone by design, without anyone asking whether that is wise. The recommendation to winterize it came after 2011. It was filed. It was not acted on. Your heater is on. Your refrigerator is running. Your phone is at 94%. Outside, the temperature is dropping at a rate the models predicted, and the preparations did not match. The lights flicker once, then not again. Level 2, the dark. The power goes out at 2:17 in the morning. You know the exact time because you check your phone before you check anything else. That is the first thing the cold teaches you about yourself. Your first thought is an hour, maybe 2. You have seen this before. A truck hits a transformer somewhere, and the lights come back before you've finished being annoyed about them. You sit on the edge of your bed in the dark and wait for the hum of the refrigerator to return. It doesn't. There is a candle in the kitchen drawer. You bought it for a power outage 2 years ago and never used it. It is white and slightly dusty and smells like nothing in particular. You light it. You set it on the counter. It throws a circle of light about the size of a dinner plate. The thermostat reads 67 degrees, then 65, then 62. You open your phone. 4.5 million homes across Texas. No power. Right now. Tonight. The word rolling is used. As if this is a system, as if someone is managing it. As if this is temporary. You set the phone face down on the counter. The candle burns. Outside the window, the snow is still falling. It has been falling for 3 hours and it is not stopping, and the city beneath it has gone completely quiet in a way that has nothing to do with night. You do not know yet that Gloria Reyes across the hall has no candle. Level 3, the cold. By the second morning, your apartment is 45 degrees. You know this because you find a meat thermometer in the back of a kitchen drawer and hold it in the center of the room like it will tell you something useful. It tells you 45 degrees. You put it back. You are wearing everything. 2 pairs of socks. A coat over a sweater over 2 shirts. You have pulled the couch into the bedroom and piled every blanket you own onto it. And that is where you are living now. 1 room, 1 candle. The rest of the apartment is somewhere you go quickly and come back from. The cold here is not the dry cold you've heard about from people who grew up north. It is wet. It gets into the fabric of things. Into the walls. Into the specific place between your shoulder blades that no amount of layering quite reaches. Across the hall, Gloria Reyes's television is dark. It has been dark since yesterday. You notice this the way you notice things you are not ready to act on yet. Danny Nguyen texts from Houston at 11 in the morning. 3 words. Pipes feel weird. You text back too. Same here. The candle has burned down 1/4 of its length. You calculate how long it has left the way you used to calculate other things. Time until a meeting. Time until the weekend. You stop counting hours. You start counting mornings. Level 4, the pipes. The sound in the wall starts just before dawn. It is not loud. That is the thing about it. You expect something dramatic. What you get is a tick, and then a groan, and then a sound like something giving up very quietly inside the wall, beside the bathroom. Then water. Cold and immediate and spreading across the tile floor before you have both feet on the ground. You grab towels. Then you grab every towel. It doesn't matter. Then it stops. Not fixed. Not better. Just stopped. The pipes have nothing left to give. 13 million Texans have no running water tonight. You know this from your phone. You don't fully feel it until you turn the tap, and nothing comes out. Not even cold. Just air. There is a boil water notice on the city's website. You read it twice before you remember you have no way to boil water. Danny texts at 6 in the morning. Same here. Every neighbor too. The whole street. You look at the balcony. 6 inches of snow against the railing. Clean and white and just sitting there. You find every pot you own. Every large glass. Every container that will hold something. You pack them with snow and bring them inside one by one and set them near the candle. You don't know if it will be enough. You won't know until you need it. Level 5. The search. You have not been outside in 2 days. The ice on the stairs takes you 3 minutes to negotiate. You hold the railing with both hands. A man in the parking lot is chipping at his windshield with a spatula. You recognize him from the mailboxes. You don't know his name. You nod. He nods back. That is the entire conversation. The roads are wrong. Not snow wrong. Wrong in the way of a place that was not built for this, and knows it. Abandoned cars sit at angles in intersections. A traffic light swings on its cable above an empty 4-lane road. You drive 15 miles an hour the whole way, and it still feels too fast. The H-E-B parking lot has 200 people in it. The bread aisle is a shelf. Just a shelf. The water is gone. The eggs are gone. The cereal is mostly gone. You find peanut butter. You find crackers. You find 2 cans of soup and put them in your basket before someone else does, and feel something about that you don't examine closely. Outside the exit, a man in a silver SUV is selling water bottles from his trunk. $10 each. You understand him completely. You buy 3. If you're still here, subscribe. What comes next is the part nobody talks about. You drive back. Gloria's window is still dark. Level 6. The neighbor. You knock on Gloria Reyes's door on day 3. She takes a moment to answer. When she does, she is wearing a winter coat over a bathrobe, over what looks like 2 sweaters. 1 pair of socks. She looks at you, and then at the bag in your hand, and then back at you. She says she didn't want to bother anyone. She says it simply, without apology. The way people say things they have decided are true and stopped questioning. She has been eating crackers. A can of black beans. Cold. Eaten with a spoon directly from the tin. That is day 3. You don't ask about day 1 or day 2. Her electric blanket is folded on the chair by the window. Useless without power. She knows this. She folded it anyway. Some things you do because doing nothing feels worse. You bring her inside. You give her the crackers you bought. You set the candle on the table between you, and she holds her hands near it the way people hold hands near fires that are much larger. She tells you about 1989, the last time it was bad. The pipes, the ice, the whole week without. That was nothing like this, she says. Not as a complaint. As a fact. You think about what that means for the people in this city who had even less than she did. Level 7, the long dark. You have lost the count. Somewhere around day 4, you stop tracking which morning it is and start tracking smaller things. The candle. Gloria's breathing. The specific sound the building makes when the temperature outside drops another degree. 14 people in Texas die from carbon monoxide this week. You learn this later. Right now, you only know that someone 2 floors up has been running their car in the garage since yesterday. You can smell it faintly in the stairwell. You understand why they are doing it. You say nothing. That understanding and that silence are the same thing. In Cancun, a man boards a plane. You don't know this yet either. The candle is down to its last centimeter. Maybe 2. You have been rationing it the way you rationed the water bottles. The way you rationed the crackers. The way you have been rationing everything that cannot be replaced right now by going to a store and simply buying more. Gloria has stopped talking about 1989. She sits in the chair by the window and watches the snow in the parking lot below. It is still there. It is not going anywhere. Her breathing is even. Slow, steady. That is how you measure things now. Level 8. The return. The lights come back at 3:44 in the morning. You know the exact time because you check your phone before you check anything else. The same reflex as day 1. You notice this. It is not relief. Not immediately. It is something slower than that. A kind of stillness that doesn't know yet what it is allowed to be. The heater clicks on. The refrigerator hums. Somewhere in the building, a television turns itself back on because someone fell asleep with the remote and the input still live. The thermostat reads 29 degrees inside. The lights are on. It is still below freezing in your apartment. Both of these things are true at the same time, and your body doesn't know how to hold them. The refrigerator is a loss. Everything in it. The bathroom wall where the pipe went has a dark stain spreading from the baseboard upward. The carpet in the hallway is still damp. Gloria wakes up in the chair. She looks at the lights. She looks at you. She cries once, quietly. The way people cry when they have been holding something at a specific distance for several days, and their arms finally give. Then she stops. You turn to blow out the candle. It is already burned out on its own. Level 9. The bill! The power is back! The reckoning is not. Some customers of a company called Gritty receive electricity bills for the week. One man in Texas owes $16,752 for 7 days for one apartment. The company files for bankruptcy shortly after. The bills remain. 246 people die officially from the storm. Hypothermia, carbon monoxide, pipes. Some estimates run higher. Some run much higher. The counting depends on how you count and who is doing it. A report surfaces. Then another. ERCOT was warned after 2011. Winterization recommendations were made. They were not required. They were filed somewhere. In the way that inconvenient things get filed somewhere. The man who boarded the plane to Cancun returns. He says his daughters asked him to take them. He says it at a podium. He is not asked to step down. He does not step down. Your water damage will cost more than your deposit. Your landlord's insurance will cover some of it. The rest is a number you write down and look at for a week before you figure out what to do with it. The weather app still has the snowflake icon in the forecast history. February 10th, small blue, you don't delete it. Level 10, the echo. You will always have been 34 that February. The Texas legislature holds hearings. Recommendations are made. Some rules change. The grid is not fully winterized. It is not required to be. This is not a secret. It is a decision, which is a different thing. And the distance between those two words is where 246 people exist. Gloria Reyes moves to her daughter's house in San Antonio the following month. She packs 2 bags. She does not say she is not coming back. She does not say she is. You help her carry the bags to the car. She holds your hand once at the bottom of the stairs. Briefly. Then she lets go. Danny Nguyen has a generator now. And a backup. And a hand crank radio. And 3 weeks of canned food on a shelf in his garage organized by category. He does not apologize for any of it. You wouldn't either. You check the weather app differently now. Not more often. Just differently. With a specific attention to the bottom of the forecast where the small print lives, the snowflake icon is still in the history. February 10th. Small, blue, almost cheerful. It is the same icon. It is not the same weight. The grid is still the grid. February comes every year.